All right, welcome back, everybody, to Madrid. And we have the quarterfinal number 2 on the women's side, and it's a banger. All the quarterfinals the 2 quarterfinals we're watching to start are bangers. The other ones, they're interesting in their own way. They might still be bangers. I mean, who knows? But the winner of this is going to play Swiatek, who we just watched come back from a 6-love down in the first. But let's get the preview, because Gauff, Andreeva have played a few times before. All right, so you can see there the winner of this will play Swiatek, who came back from a set down against Keys and got a little bit of the revenge after losing the Australian Open so heartbreakingly. And then top half of the draw, you got Sabalenka, Kostyuk, and Uchiyama versus Svitolina, who are all coming up later. All right, Andreeva, number 7 in the world. She's 17 years old. I think 18 today or yesterday. She just turned 18. From Russia, she's 5'9", right-handed, 21 wins, 5 losses on the year, 2 titles this year. And one of those was Indian Wells, 3 career titles. And her form has been solid. She didn't play great. She hasn't been great, or she wasn't great the other day or the other week, but she has been great in 2025. And Coco Gauff, world number 4. She is 21 years old from the USA. 5'9", right-handed, 14 wins, 6 losses on the year. She has a title this year as well. 10 career titles, including the US Open. And her form has also not been as good as Andreeva, but needs to get some wins. And 2-0 head-to-head, but they haven't played for a couple of years. And we all know how much better Andreeva has gotten in the last couple of years. So let's see if that comes true today. And if Andreeva is going to be able to get her first win over Coco, or if Coco Gauff is going to keep her unbeaten record and play Swiatek. Either way, Swiatek's got a real tough match tomorrow in the semis. Okay, this should be a banger. Yeah, I'm expecting this to be, no matter what, even if it's not a banger on the scoreboard, it might. I still think this is a very important matchup. A very important match. Is Andreeva the favorite? Maybe. Let me check. Andreeva, yes, slight favorite. Slight favorite is Andreeva, but only just. By the way, Draper versus Paul is also coming on, so we'll keep an eye on that as well, because that is also that match is a banger as well. Yeah, there's a coin flip for sure. Your first prediction was right for this. Was right. Your first was right prediction for this match. I think Andreeva's going to win in 3. I have to go with Andreeva. I think she's just going to be too consistent for Gauff. Conchita is a great coach. Yeah. All right. They're warming up. They're about to start warming up. They're playing on court 2, which is a strange one, but it's because of scheduling and other things. But it's a bit of a strange one that this match is not played on the main court. And there's not that many people there. I do love the red chairs in Madrid. Those red, those clear red chairs are awesome. I do like the chairs. Gauff has defeated tough players while Andreeva hasn't. Yeah, this is definitely a step up. I feel like Gauff's underestimated today. Probably, yeah. I would say that a lot of people are thinking Andreeva's going to win or looking at Andreeva to win, but yeah. I mean, Gauff shouldn't be underestimated, but she probably is a little bit today. Andreeva's beaten everyone recently. Yeah, so is Andreeva not... Is there any top 10 players she hasn't beaten besides Gauff? Because she's beaten almost every other top player. So against top 10 players, Andreeva is 9 wins, 9 losses, but she's won her last 5 matches against top 10 players. She's beaten Paolini. She's beaten Raducanu, Sabalenka, Swiatek. Also in the past, she's beaten Vondrousova and Jabeur. So she hasn't beaten Pegula, but she hasn't played Pegula. She hasn't beaten Zhang. She's only played her once, maybe, in the top 10. She hasn't yet beaten Gauff, obviously. She hasn't played, I guess, Navarro and some of the other players that are in the top 10 currently. But yeah, but she has her last, this year, she lost to Sabalenka in Australian Open. And then after that, she beat Swiatek, beat Raducanu twice, back-to-back, and then beat Swiatek, beat Sabalenka. So she has been on a run. 2 wins, 3 losses against against top 10 on clay courts too. With wins over Sabalenka and Vondrousova in the last couple of years. And yeah, she hasn't played Gauff recently, so yeah. She hasn't played these players recently. She hasn't played Gauff recently, true. If she played Zhang today, she would win, maybe. Sabalenka and Swiatek are not tough or what? Of course they're tough. You should get a replica for your tennis room. A replica? What do you mean? A replica what? What, chair? Andreeva seems invincible? Yeah. I mean, she definitely has that confidence for sure. Of one of those red chairs. Oh, you want me to get a replica of the Madrid chair? Where would I get that from? I don't know where I'd get that from. Gauff should be ready because Mirra is a different player this season. Yeah. She is much, much better player this season for sure. No clue, but it'll be super cool. Yeah, those chairs are super cool. Clear red chair. Apparently IKEA sell them for $150, but they're not that as good. They don't look as nice. They're not that bright red. All right. I feel like Mirra's stolen the limelight from Gauff in the last few months because she is doing so well. I could see that. Maybe people not talking about Coco would work in her favor. Yeah, like Gauff is not... I mean, yeah, a lot of people would be picking Andreeva to win this. But it's not that simple. If we're basing off 2025, then it may seem a bit more simple, but it's not. Because Andreeva on clay might not be as scary yet. Such a shame this is on centre court. There's not that many people there. Such a shame. It deserves a full stadium, this match. Such an important match. Maybe the tournament has some they had to change out. Yeah. Yeah, Madrid, send us please send to the PO box one of your red chairs. Please. They're so cool. What's the hold up? They're just warming up. They're just warming up. It could go either way. Both are the best when it comes to clay. I mean, I think Andreeva's got good results on clay, but I don't think it's her best yet. She could, though, do really well. All right, here we go. Swiatek even admitted she just put the ball back into play and let Maddie make mistakes. That's sad if that's the strategy for the match. Yeah, okay, you don't know anything about tennis. All right. Who's winning this one, chat? I'm going to go with Andreeva in 3, but we'll see what happens. Gauff, double faults. First point of the match, love 15. Love 15. And there's a bit of fault from Gauff, second serve. Second serve into the backhand of Andreeva. Down the line of the front of Gauff on the stretch. Andreeva hits a forehand long. 15-all. Gauff's got to keep those double faults on check. I agree. New subscriber from the Philippines. What's up? How you doing? Welcome. Thanks for joining us. As a bit of serve out wide from Gauff. It's a fault. Second serve. I would say Mirra in a close 3 setup. I agree. As we return now from Andreeva to the front of Gauff. Gauff in the net. 15-30. 15-30. As long as she doesn't lose her composure. Who's that? Coco? Okay. All right, 15-30. Serving to the front of Andreeva. Backhand from Gauff to the front of Andreeva. Gauff with the backhand on the stretch. Andreeva backhand down the line. Gauff gets with a forehand, but it's in the net. 15-40. Andreeva with the break points to start the match. Jams.
Let's keep it going. More than 19 games total.
Thank you for the donation. 15-40. Hands with a fault. A let from Gauff. $15-40. Gauff serves. Into the backhand of Andreeva. Return goes to the front of Gauff. Andreeva backhand slice. Gauff comes in. With a forehand. Andreeva with a pass. Gauff with a volley. Winner. 30-40. Do you think Andreeva could win a slam this year? If so, which one? I think the US Open is up for grabs. For sure. I mean, some would say French Open, some would say Wimbledon, but I think it would be US Open would make sense because it's not dominated by anyone, right? All right, first serve's a fault, second serve. Second serve. As with a back forehand into the forehand of Andreeva. Drop shot's good, but Gauff gets it and overhits it. There's the break. Swiatek straight up admitted that in an on-court interview, those were her words. My point is it's sad that a top player is inconsistent and Gauff is the same way. Yeah, but I mean, like, what was Swiatek supposed to do? You know what I'm saying? Like what? Swiatek was supposed to like keep trying to hit winners and keep making errors and like I think you should credit Swiatek for, you know, realizing that the way that she was playing was not working and that maybe slowing it down and making Keys try and go for winners. Like, I think of that as a smart strategic change, you know? And it worked. She won. So it obviously was a good idea for Swiatek to slow things down, to just get the ball back in play, make Keys try and hit winners. And because we know that, you know, over time, you know, over long stretches of matches, Keys does sometimes hit a lot of errors. So, yeah, I mean, for me, that's just a smart decision by Swiatek. You know, to realize that in the 6-love set, she was like, oh, well, I'm trying to hit too much and I'm not letting her try and make the play. And if Keys had made the plays and hit winners in the second, it would have been straight sets. But I think that's just a smart move, personally. I don't think it's it's sad. I think it's just smart. As that goes long by Andreeva, 15-all. And I'm sure Swiatek's not worried about how she won. She's just worried that she won. So she's in at the semis. I don't think she's bothered by how she got there. If it was Keys making errors or her hitting winners, I don't think she cares. I think she gets a win. That's all that matters. She obviously can't play like that against these two. These two don't, especially Andreeva this year, won't be the same as Keys, won't give her a lot of free points. But to win that match, it makes sense that Swiatek was able to change the strategy, and it was smart. She's not going to be able to do that tomorrow, but, you know, I'm sure she'll have a different plan tomorrow for the next player. As we return now from Gauff, goes long, 30-15. Sometimes just taking a second more allows players to place the ball better. Yeah. All right, 30-15. That's a fault. Second serve. Serving to the backhand of Gauff. Return the forehand of Andreeva. Gauff hits a winner down the line. And it's 30-all. As Andreeva serves again. Fault. Second serve. As the return goes into the forehand of Andreeva. Gauff with a slice. Andreeva hits it wide on the forehand drive. And it's 30-40. Breakback point for Gauff. $30-40. As we return now to the forehand of Andreeva. Gauff with the backhand to the backhand of Andreeva, who hits a drop shot. Gauff gets it and hits it in the net. Deuce. Does anyone know what the schedule will look like tomorrow? Like what time things start? Because I know the schedule has been screwed up, so I don't like it would have been. I would have known what's going on tomorrow, but does anyone know how the schedule looks tomorrow? If anyone has something that shows me that, because tomorrow was supposed to be women's semi-finals and quarterfinals for the men, but now it's going to be all the quarterfinals tomorrow. Because I'm looking here and it says one quarterfinal for the men, one semi-final for the ladies, and then the night session is 1-1. But I don't think tomorrow is going to be that. It's going to be 2 quarterfinals for the men, 1 semi-final for the ladies, and then quarterfinal semi at the nighttime, maybe? I don't know. All right, we get back to deuce. All right, Gauff trying to get this break back. Hey, Thomas, thank you for the donation. Appreciate it. As we get to deuce. Fault from Andreeva. Second serve. As Andreeva double faults. Advantage Coco to get back on serve. Right, advantage Gauff. As we get a winner from Andreeva, and it's deuce. As we get a fault, second serve. As we get a forehand out from Gauff into the forehand of Andreeva. Gauff with the backhand. Into the forehand of Andreeva. Into the Gauff backhand again. Andreeva forehand cross. Gauff gets it. Into the forehand of Andreeva. Gauff with the backhand on the stretch. Andreeva hits a backhand down the line long, and it's advantage Gauff to get back on serve. Advantage Gauff. As Andreeva hits a nice serve and we get the deuce. All right, serve again. There's a fault second serve. As Gauff gets to advantage to break straight back. Serve from Andreeva. To the forehand of Gauff. Andreeva backhand into the slice of Gauff. But Gauff in the nets. We get back to deuce. I saw on X that every men's quarterfinal and both the semis are tomorrow. Yes. Okay, cool. I thought that was the case, but I just don't know what the order of things is. Is it going to be two men's quarters at the start of the day and then the women's semis? Which I would guess would be probably the way it goes. I would say that I'm going to guess that the men's quarterfinals are going to be Medvedev Ruud will be probably the first match of the day, and Cerundolo versus Mensik will be on court 2. First match of the day. And then second match of the day will be the winner of this playing Swiatek. Then maybe another match between maybe Analdi and maybe Analdi Draper, if you want to go with Draper in the quarters. And then on the night session will probably be the second women's semi, and then Demon or Musetti or versus Dimitrov potentially. That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking they'll put one of the quarterfinals of the men's on the second court, and I think unfortunately Mensik versus Cerundolo is probably the least. It's still a good match, but it's not the most. Out of all those matches, it's probably the least exciting, unless Analdi versus Draper gets put on second court instead. I don't know. Like Mensik's great, we love him, but it's more about the center court's probably going to be the named players on the center court. Kind of like today I don't know what they did. I don't know what they did today, but we'll find out. So yeah, like Sabalenka versus Svitolina will be tomorrow night, I would guess, and then the winner of this will play tomorrow afternoon. That seems to be the smartest way. As we're backhand from Andreeva to the backhand of Gauff. Andreeva forehand cross court. Off the tape. Into the forehand of Gauff. Gauff puts it away. Advantage Gauff. Advantage Gauff to break back. All right. Advantage Gauff as we serve from Andreeva as a fault second serve. All right. As Andreeva hits it out and Gauff breaks back after a marathon game. All right. All right. All right, 1-1. We're back on serve after a marathon. All right, 15 love. Men's semi-finals will be on Friday. Women's semi-final will be on Saturday. Men's final on Sunday. Yes. Yes, that's how it goes. All right, 30 love. Gauff serves. Fault. Second serve. Serving to the forehand from Andreeva. Forehand from Gauff is long, 30-15. Both these players are clearly nervous. Not getting the best out of either of them yet. By the way, is Draper and Paul started? They were supposed to start by now. What the hell's going on? Am I stupid? Don't answer that. I thought they were supposed to play. Why haven't they started? Oh, they start in half an hour. Why the delay? They start at 4 p.m.? That's so stupid. Why is there a delay? That's so dumb. That's so silly. Why would they? Why? Anyways, 40-15. That's so crazy. Why did they do that? All right, 40-15. I feel like, chat, what we're going to do is we're going to get rid of this not before shit. We're going to get rid of it. I get it, like people that buy tickets for this, it's great to like organize your night, but nah, we got phones now. We don't need like, oh, by the way, at 4 p.m. the match starts. No, we just go one after the other. Like, we don't need this not before 4 p.m. so that people in the crowd can get there on time. And no. Just go one after the other. Like, look at your phone. Swiatek's match is about to end. Go to the stadium because Draper's about to start. Like, we just waste so much time just sitting around. Like, center court's empty for the next 30 minutes. Like, just go one after the other. Like, we don't need to schedule matches like that. The only benefit is for the people that like plan their day around that 4 p.m. start. Whereas I'm not going to go to Swiatek's match. It's like, well, all right, well, make sure you're there when she finishes. It's like, what a waste of time. They could have gone 3 matches back to back on center court today. They could have put this match on center court and scrapped the not before, because then they could have gone Swiatek into this and then the Draper match and then the night set. Like, I don't know. Just put matches back to back. Yeah. This time wasting is silly. We already wasted enough time by waiting for the night session. Like, Paul Draper, if that match finishes in 2 hours, they've got 2 hours until the night session anyway, so we're going to be wasting time anyway. That's 3 hours wasted. We could have had another match on center court potentially. Like, I don't know. It just seems silly. This match is a grind? Yeah. Yes, it is. It's for the players as well. Yeah, I get it. I get it. But come on. The players should be ready. They'd be ready anyway. Like, don't you think that Draper and Paul would rather have just gotten ready and gotten on court straight after Swiatek's match instead of being? They're probably sitting around waiting at the moment for their match to start. Like, it's like, I don't know. The players would prepare. I know they lost a day due to the outage, but even if there wasn't an outage day, the schedule would probably still be the same. It'd be similar anyway. They'd probably still have this like every match has a start time. It's like, no. Why do we have start times for matches? Like, just go one after the other. Let's get this shit started. Let's move on. Let's roll, We've done enough sitting around. You don't think Paul and Draper are probably sitting around in the gym going, shit, I wish we could play right now. And the crowd in the center court have left because there's no one to watch. They're like, screw this, I'm leaving. Anyway, it's 15 all. Lovely backhand winner from Gauff. I mean, we talk about time wasting in matches and we talk about time clocks and shit, but we talk about time wasting in tournaments. Like, I don't think, yeah, players take a long time between points and we need the time clock, but geez, why are we throwing 45 minutes out the window? That seems silly. Like, there's a big waste of time right there. 30-15, lovely drop shot there from Andreeva. Players definitely know when the match before them will finish and start practicing, preparing based on that. Yeah. And look, sometimes, maybe players start preparing at the end of a second set. When it goes to a third, they, it kind of screws them around, which is fair enough. But, they could have made it, not before 3 p.m. Give Swiatek keys 2 hours, and if it goes over, then you wait. But, when they go on, keys Swiatek wasn't going to be 3 hours. That match was never going to be 3 hours. So I don't know why. This doesn't... just seems a bit of a waste of time to me. As a forehand out from Andreeva goes long, 40-30. And I'm just impatient. I want to watch it now. I want to watch that match now. I want to see what it looks like. Put that match on the screen. Come on. 40-30. Hands it back in from Gauff into the forehand of Andreeva. Gauff with the forehand off the tape. Into the forehand of Andreeva. Gauff with the slice lob. Andreeva comes in. And puts it away. 2-0. 2-2 in the first set. It's been a long start. I still think Andreeva being favoured over Gauff is crazy. Yeah, I don't think she's favoured that heavily, but I think it's a 50-50, I agree. All right, first serve was a fault, second serve. Second serve. And it's 15-love. Nice serve from Gauff. $15-love. All right, 30-love. As with a serve to the back of Andreeva. Return goes wide. 40-love. I wouldn't say Andreeva is clear favourite, but I think she is definitely would be slight edge, even though the head-to-head. Yeah, I don't think we can look at the head-to-head too deeply. They haven't played for 2 years. Andreeva is so much better this year. I think the head-to-head is interesting, but it's not... I don't think it will determine the matchup necessarily. I don't think it's going to be the same as it was 2 years ago. Unless Gauff plays amazing. As it back in from Andreeva, into the front of Gauff on the stretch. Andreeva into the back end of Gauff. Gauff hits a winner, 3-2. 3-2, Gauff leads. Speaking of moving things around, has anyone noticed how Fonseca doesn't even wait for the ball kids to get settled before he starts playing? Yeah, I love that. He does not fluff around. The man does not wait. He just gets the job done. All right. 3-2 to Coco. 26 minutes, by the way, just for context, 26 minutes was longer than the first set of the first match we watched. All right. Oh, me. Recently, Gauff, either she loses early, but whether she goes deep in a tournament, she is dangerous. Fair enough. I don't know till now how Keys obliterated Swiatek off the court that quickly. Yeah, I mean, Swiatek was hitting a lot of errors, to be fair. Like, she was making a lot of mistakes. But Keys was just playing smart in that first set. And in the second set, Swiatek started to play smart and forced Keys to go for it. And that's where she fought back. But yeah. I think that's interesting. The first set of that match is such an interesting... Like, that is... I think it's such a... Like, it'll be... Hopefully they learn, you know, the coaches and stuff of Swiatek. And Swiatek learns as well. Like, that first set between Swiatek and Keys was what Swiatek is trying... Like, she was... How, like, her game is trying to be and how it can go so bad. Like, it could be really bad for her, right? Like that first set of her trying to match the power and try and hit winners and trying to go for it, which was never really her game. I mean, she was great defensively and she was smart with the ground stroke. She never tried to out-hit these players. She just tried to rally them, you know. But that first set was kind of like how it could go all wrong if she just tries to, you know, muscle the ball and tries to out-hit someone like a Keys, right? It's going to put more errors on her plate and it's going to be worse for her. And then after that, she kind of went back to her game where she, you know, didn't try and overhit and didn't try and, you know, out-hit Keys. She just went back to trying to make Keys play as much as possible, and that worked. So it'd be interesting whether Swiatek going forward against these big hitters decides, you know, I don't need to try and out-hit them. I just need to go back to trying to rally them, you know, out-rally them, you know. Which I think Swiatek was so much better at doing that. And I know like her serve is vulnerable and stuff, but you can beef up your serve without having to change your ground strokes. Like she doesn't need to out-hit players. She never got overpowered in rallies. It was always, you know, maybe it was mainly the serve was the problem that, you know, she'd get, you know, return winners on her and stuff. But in the rallies, she'd rarely get outplayed in the rallies. You know, but for some reason, she's trying to play an all-around more aggressive game. I don't think she needs to do that, you know, because with more aggression, she's going to hit more errors. And we saw what happened today. When she hits more errors, she can get bageled, right? So I wonder if they maybe adjust the strat going forward. All right, 30-all, good serve on Andreeva, 40-30. Sabalenka screams too much. So... she definitely needs a bigger serve, but in terms of the rallies, she can easily hang on and outlast players. Yeah. And she serves a fault on Andreeva, second serve. Second serve. Into the backhand of Gauff. Andreeva backhand to the backhand of Gauff. Andreeva slice. Goes into the forehand of Gauff. Again to the backhand of Andreeva, but Andreeva hits it wide and we get to deuce. All right, deuce. As Andreeva serves again. It's been a very tough fight to start this match. Gauff hits a return long, and it's advantage Andreeva. Yeah. Mensik has the game to win a major, I think. Yeah, but does he have the gas tank over 5 sets? Multiple matches. That's the question we'll find the answer to this year, hopefully. Does he have the? We saw. I think he played like a couple of tough matches in Australia, then lost a 5-setter, right? Not because of fitness, but just because of lack of experience, maybe. So we'll see. As Andreeva hits into the corner of Gauff, back into Andreeva as a slice. Gauff wins the point, though. Andreeva overhits it. We're back to deuce. Sabalenka is overrated. Okay. There's a bit of serve. From Andreeva, we get the deuce again. The Sabalenka is loud comments are getting old. Yeah. As that goes in the net from Gauff, and it's advantage Andreeva. Yeah, some people are just. Her noise is she's too loud. My poor ears. It's like, calm down. Just mute the TV, brother. Or don't watch. Why are you watching Sabalenka if she hurts your ears? Like, why are you even bothering? Don't watch her. Like, it's annoying. Like, or maybe it's just people trying to be funny, and it's not funny. It's like the oldest joke in tennis. As the lob goes up, and Gauff with a smash put away. We get to deuce. Must be forbidden to scream. You should call the WTA and complain to them because I don't care. And I don't work for the WTA. I don't pass messages on. I don't go, hey, by the way, WTA, someone in my chat said this thing and I thought you should know. Don't tell me. I don't care. I'm not going to pass it on. You're wasting my time and everybody in the chat's time. So please talk to the WTA about the rules because they will change them if they see fit. Otherwise, move on. Advantage on Andreeva. Lovely drop shot. Hands for the serve. There's a fault by Andreeva. Second serve. As the return goes back on Andreeva. Drop shot goes wide though and back to deuce. This match is dragging on. I know, yeah. People are complaining about screaming. That's why that match tells you how everyone's feeling about this match at the moment. It's a slow grind, this one. All right, deuce. All right. Advantage on Andreeva. Good serving. As with a drop shot from Andreeva. And then Gauff in the net. 3-all. 3-3. Three games all. I'll give you credit. When Keys got the bagel, you calmed everyone down. No, I don't think I did. I think people still were going nuts. But chat, we've watched enough WTA to know that 6-love first set doesn't mean much. Doesn't always mean double. I mean, some people were saying double bagel after the first set, But we know. If you watch WTA, you know that a 6-love doesn't really. It doesn't change. It doesn't mean anything sometimes. Yeah, we know. Yeah, we know. Yeah. Love 15. As Gauff serves again. Into the forehand of Andreeva. Backhand from Gauff into the forehand of Andreeva. As Gauff for the forehand again to the forehand of Andreeva. Down the line to the backhand of Gauff, but Andreeva... hit the line. Love 30. Nice hitting from Andreeva. Love 30. Love 30. As return goes out by Andreeva, 15-30. As we just serve again from Gauff. It's a fault. Second serve. All right, 30 all. All right, 30 all, second serve. Into the forehand of Andreeva. Forehand from Gauff. Goes long, and it's 30-40. Andreeva to take the break in the middle of this first set. $30-40. As the return goes in the backhand of Gauff. Forehand from Andreeva sliced as Gauff hits a slice in the backhand of Andreeva, who hits a cross-court wide, and it's deuce. We get to deuce. Gauff serves again. Fault. Second serve. As the return goes in the net by Andreeva, and it's advantage Gauff. Advantage Gauff. And as a return from Andreeva goes in the forehand of Gauff. Andreeva down the line to the backhand of Gauff. Into the backhand of Andreeva. Gauff on the stretch. Into the forehand of Andreeva. Overhits at 4-3. Gauff holds. All right. All right. Gauff leads 4-3. Been a long first set. I remember Gauff used to have crazy problem with double faults. Yeah. She's kind of, it's not as bad as it used to be. Definitely sorted it out to a point. All right. Cam, who do you think is easier opponent for Swiatek? I think she'd rather play Gauff. I don't think she'd want to play Andreeva. I miss John McEnroe playing. Yeah, fair enough. All right. Andreeva to serve. 4-3. As with a serve from Andreeva into the forehand of Gauff. Andreeva backhand into the backhand of Gauff to the forehand of Andreeva. And Andreeva hits it out. 15. Love 15. Love 15. First serve was a fault, second serve. Into the backhand of Andreeva. Into the slice of Gauff as Andreeva hits a drop shot. Gauff puts up a lob. And Andreeva can't get the smash. Love 30. Against Federer's cause the upset? What upset? Against Sabalenka in the semis? Maybe. All right, love 30. Gauff looking for this break. As the return goes into the forehand of Andreeva. Gauff backhand into the backhand of Andreeva. Into the forehand of Gauff, who hits it wide, and it's 15-30. Why do you think Iga would prefer to play Gauff? Because Andreeva's beaten her twice this year and has confidence. And I think that even though Gauff's beaten her as well this year, I just think Swiatek on a clay court would like her chances more against Gauff. I think Gauff can give her away more points. I don't think, again, you don't want to play Andreeva in 2025. She's so scary. Anyways, Gauff gets a 15-40. Like, chat, what do you think? Who do you think Swiatek would rather play out of these two? Give me your answer. I don't think there's I mean, look, she has to play one of them, right? They're both not easy. They both can be tough. But I just think she has way more, like, she knows more about playing Gauff. You know? As Andreeva hits an ace. Whereas she's got less experience against Andreeva, and also against Andreeva, it's never been easy. Whereas against Gauff, she's had matches where it's been really easy. That's where I think she'd rather play Gauff, who she knows and she has the probably more confidence against. She'd rather play Gauff, 100% Gauff. I'm a Gauff fan, I agree. All right, 4-0 from Andreeva. Gauff gets a slice into the backhand of Andreeva. And that's a winner. We get to deuce. We get to deuce. We get the deuce. As Gauff gets a return winner, it's advantage Gauff. To get the break and then serve for the set. As Gauff returns it out and it's back to deuce. All right. Gauff looking at a second serve advantage on. Back to deuce. Andreeva second serve. Into the forehand of Gauff. Return goes to the backhand of Andreeva. Gauff with the backhand. Into the backhand of Andreeva. Down the line to the forehand of Gauff. And Gauff in the net, advantage on Andreeva. I do think version of Andreeva wouldn't trouble Swiatek. Really? Okay. Draper's match going to start. Yep, we're going to keep an eye on that result. Both players Both the players terrible. Iga would kick anyone who she faces. What? Oh, both players are playing terrible. Okay. Return goes in the forehand of Andreeva. Forehand from Gauff into the forehand of Andreeva. Drop shot is good. Gauff gets there. Andreeva backhand lob. Gauff with the backhand volley goes in. Andreeva passing shot winner's better though. And there's the hold.
On Tennis TV, bro.
And it's 4-all first set. They've had to fight for their games though. Especially Andreeva. She's definitely had to fight for her game. Her serve has been a lot harder to hold so far. But she keeps holding, so that's all that matters. All right. 4-4. 4-all. As that goes out by Gauff, and it's love 15. Love 15. Serve again. Fault from Gauff. Second serve. Second serve. As the return goes the backhand of Gauff. Forehand from Andreeva again. The forehand of Gauff. Andreeva down the line. Gauff gets on the stretch. Andreeva forehand to the forehand of Gauff again. Andreeva goes again to the forehand of Gauff. Gauff hits it wide though, and it's love 30. All right, love 30. Love 30. As Gauff serves again. Into the forehand of Andreeva. Gauff forehand goes long, and it's love 40. Andreeva to take the break, and then serve for the set. Love 40. All right, first serve is a fault, second serve. Second serve into the backhand of Andreeva. Return goes into the backhand of Gauff. Andreeva, slice. And Gauff hits a forehand in the net. There is the break. Andreeva gets it. She saved a lot of break points on her serve, but converts that one. And she will now serve for the first set. Okay. All right. Yeah, Coco's had that many chances. She shouldn't have let that slip. All right. All right. All right. Coco had her chances. She failed to take them. Yeah. That was, she knows that too. All right. Let's see if Andreeva can take this first set here. Do you think Hamburg and Rome are going to be enough for RG? I think so. I think he'll be fine. If he does well in Rome, he won't play Hamburg anyway. As that goes out by Gauff on the return, 15 love. As we to serve again. Into the forehand of Gauff. Return goes to the backhand of Andreeva. Gauff with the forehand. Into the backhand of Andreeva to the backhand of Gauff. Andreeva slice on the stretch. And Gauff hits a smash down the middle, and it's a winner. 15 all. That's why you don't want to play Andreeva, exactly. So many viewers for Swiatek match. Yeah. A lot of people love Swiatek. And we serve down the tee as a fault, second serve. As we get a return now from Gauff, goes wide, and it's 30-15. 30-15. Andreeva serves again. 30-15. As Andreeva serves a fault. Second serve. Second serve to the backhand of Gauff. Backhand of Andreeva sliced. Into the backhand of Gauff as Andreeva gets the point. Gauff overhits at 40-15. To win the first set here, 6-4 if she can finish this point. 40-15. Over to serve. Into the forehand of Gauff. Return goes to the forehand of Andreeva. Gauff with the backhand down the line winner. 40-30. As we return now from Gauff into the backhand of Andreeva. Backhand from Gauff to the backhand of Andreeva into the forehand of Gauff as Andreeva hits a backhand cross court. Gauff gets it. Andreeva backhand goes in the net and we get the deuce. All right, we get the deuce. As we get a forehand now from Andreeva down the line, the backhand of Gauff. Andreeva down the line, backhand wide. Advantage Gauff to get back on serve. All right, advantage Gauff. First serve is an ace. All right, back to deuce. All right, we get to deuce. As we default, second serve. Double fault. Advantage Gauff. As we just serve again. There's a fault by Andreeva, second serve. Second serve at the back into Gauff. Andreeva slice. Gauff's going to get there. And hit a forehand down the line for a winner. We're back on serve. It's 5-5. And the set continues. This first set, no joke, is longer than the first 2 sets of the match with Swiatek. I'm not even kidding. The first 2 sets of the Swiatek match were an hour. So this first set is definitely taking its time, which makes it more important. I mean, the longer it goes, the more important it's going to be for whoever can win. All right, got 15 love. Remember, 2 set points have been saved as well. Everyone's saying that Swiatek's not the same player this year, but my observation is more mentally tough this year, especially when down, doesn't panic. I mean, yeah, I guess. I think it's just because she's putting herself in a position to, like, she's been in a losing position and fought back, but, I mean, that's a positive way of thinking. But I think we all agree that she's trying to be more aggressive, and it doesn't always work. I think that's common knowledge, right? And I don't think it's crazy to say that she's definitely trying to hit harder and hit winners, and unfortunately she's making a lot of errors with that strategy. I think that's what people mean by she's not the same player. She's just trying to play a different game. Gauff 40 love, by the way. As with a serve. Here's a fault second serve. As with a serve again. And the return goes out by Gauff. Sorry, Andreeva hit it back and Gauff hit it out. And it's 40-15. Hey, Betty, thank you for the 36 months. That's 3 years. Hey, thank you for the 3 years. As we're back in now from Andreeva, goes wide and Gauff leads. 6-5. 6-5. 6-5. Now, Chubb, we've got 2 choices. Do we watch Sabalenka or do we watch Demonor? They're on so late. Oh, God, these matches are getting, like... Oh, these matches are brutal. Sabalenka, definitely. Sabalenka. Sabalenka, Demonor, Sabalenka, Demon... All right, we'll watch Sabalenka. I feel like Sabalenka Kostruk is an interesting match. And we might watch Demon after it. Also being a quarterfinal and stuff, you know. Because it does come on earlier too, so I won't have to stay up till the sunrise to watch Sabalenka. All right, Andreeva's going to serve to stay in the set. Paul Draper prediction. I'm going to go Paul in 3. Andreeva hits it wide, love 15. Now, if you're just joining us, Andreeva did have 2 set points at 5-4 serving for the set, but unfortunately couldn't get it done. See if Gauff can steal the set here. Love 15. His return goes into the point of Andreeva. Andreeva hits it out. Love 30. Uh-oh. Love 30. Love 30. Dimitrov has got a relatively easy part to the final. Yeah. Maybe. I'm done with this match. Yeah, it's been hard. It's been a hard watch to this point. Unfortunately, it hasn't been the. It's been close, but it hasn't been fireworks yet. All right, Andreeva to serve. Love 30. She serves in the back end of Gauff. Back end from Andreeva. Into the back end of Gauff on the stretch. Andreeva down the middle. Into the front of Gauff. But Gauff wins a point. All right. Love 40. Set points for Coco now. To take the set. Love 40. Gauff to take the set. As Andreeva serves a fault. Second serve. Into the backhand of Gauff. Return goes back on Andreeva. Gauff with the forehand to the forehand of Andreeva. And Andreeva in the net. Wow, what a turnaround. From Andreeva serving for the set with set points to Gauff. Breaking back and then breaking to win. Gauff steals the set, 7-5. Good recovery from Coco. Andreeva's going to be pissed off of that, though. That's a tough one. That is a tough way to lose the set. Draper's match started. Cool. We'll keep an eye on the score. All right. When will Swiatek be number 1 again? Probably more likely towards the end of the year if things go her way. All right. First in the bag. 1 hour played. Coco takes it. All right. Do you think Coco can win the next set? No, I still think it's going 3. Okay. Here we go. Gauff's going to serve first in the second. Gauff has won 6 out of the 7 matches when she wins the first set at 1,000 level in 2025. Good stat. Andreeva has beaten Sabalenka after losing the first set. True. $11-4 to 11-15 error to winners by Andreeva. Yeah. Andreeva hit a lot of errors, especially later in the set. All right. Gauff serving. She's waiting for Andreeva to come back in the bathroom. That's what she's doing. I thought she was playing the first point. No, she's just waiting for everybody to come back. Gauff's very good when people don't talk about her. Yeah. Why was Swiatek's Cincinnati points taken away? Because were they? Oh, because that's when she tested positive. They weren't. No, there was points taken away because she tested positive during the U.S. Open swing, right? Because she needed melatonin to get with the time zones after the Olympics. I think it was Cincy. I think she did lose her because that is the tournament that she tested positive at. So she lost those points because that was the play. Just like Sinner lost the points from Indian Wells because that was the place that he got he tested positive. No, she didn't test positive at the US Open. She tested positive before the US Open. Yeah. She lost her Cincinnati points. Yeah. I'm pretty sure. Hey, Change. Thank you for the 21 months as a tier 3. Appreciate that. Cam, prognosticate for us, please, the probability. Why are you using big words? You're confusing me. What are the chances of Mirra winning a slam in the next 2 years? Very high. I think she will win a slam in the next 2 years. Tested positive for a contaminated melatonin pills. Yeah. Anyways, 30 love. As Gauff gets the 40 love with a good serve. $40 love. As we just serve again. Into the forehand of Andreeva. Backhand now from Gauff. Into the backhand of Andreeva. As Gauff with a forehand down the line. Andreeva backhand slice. Goes wide. 1 love. And Gauff's won, what, four games in a row? Yeah, 4 games in a row. Yef.
Can you still think this goes to 3 sets?
Yep. Thank you for the $2. Yeah, I don't have any reason not to. There's nothing showing me that we can't have a 3-setter. By the way, after this match, because this is on court 2, you got Uchiyama taking on Svitolina, and then later tonight you got Dimitrov, or today you got Dimitrov taking on Diallo. But we're going to be watching Sabalenka, which is happening in 3.5 hours. So after this match, we're going to watch Sabalenka in a few hours. 15 love. By the way, Chad, I've been watching... never remember the show, the 90s show Daria? It's on MTV. Anybody remember that show? Been watching that. It's very funny and just very relaxing. It's such a time capsule show of life in the 90s. It's a good show. Just easy to watch. 15-0. Odds Mirra is top 3 by the end of the year. Yes. No, I don't think she will be top 3 by the end of the year. Top 5, yes. I don't know about top 3. She'll have to win a slam to be top 3, I think. Or maybe make a final of the slam to be top 3. Daria was a spin-off series from Beavis and Butthead? Really? Really? Was it really? I know Beavis and Butthead was like the show of MTV. I remember that back in the day. All right, 30-15. All right. It is a spin-off show in which Daria appears as a recurring character. He had no involvement in the production itself. Oh, he was working on King. Okay. So wait, what? How's it a spin-off? Like, how are they connected? Or is it just like the same animation? So it just looks the same. Or was Daria on Beavis and Butthead? Like, I don't get it. Then it was love 30-40. Gauff with a chance to break to start the second. Thanks, Dutchie. So schedule just came out for tomorrow. And yeah. Okay, so the schedule is pretty much what we thought it would be. Yeah. Center court, Medvedev Rude, followed by Swiatek versus the winner of this. The night session will be on as well. Okay. Cool. Thanks, Dutchie. Night session is going to be Demon or Musetti or Diallo Dimitrov, and then Sabalenka and Svitolina could be the match after that. She originally showed up as a character on Beavis and Butthead, just like Hank Hill. Really? Okay, that's cool. Daria was on Beavis and Butthead's a classmate. Really? That's so cool. I didn't realize that they were connected. That's crazy. Oh, okay. I'm looking now. It doesn't look like the same person as the show, but the animation's definitely changed, but that's cool. That's cool. I didn't know that. All right. Advantage Gauff, and she gets broken on Andreeva. All right. Gauff breaks. 2-love in the second. 2-love. Gauff's won 5 games in a row. All right, first serve was a fault, second serve. All right, 15-love. As with a backhand slice from Gauff is too good. 30-love. Have you got Rude over Medicam? Yes. Yes. All right, love. 30-love. And a fault from Gauff, second serve. 'Cause 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 As a return from Andreeva goes wide. 40 love. 40 love. Serve again. Here's a fault. Second serve. As the lob goes up, go for the smash, lob goes up, go for the smash, lob goes up again by Andreeva, and go for the smash, lob goes up again. Now it's a bounce smash. Gauff puts it away. Finally, 3 love. Gauff has won 6 in a row. Coco cruising. Your background is much more impressive than before. I like it. Cool. Appreciate it. All right. Coco Gauff fighting back. 1 second, Jack. All right. 3 love. I still have a feeling she could pull this back. I mean, it's only 1 break, right? So it's not over. Why is Kazuchini the only player in your background? Because I don't have enough room for everybody. So I just pick my favorites. That is the truth. That is all. Did you bring your dog today? She was there. She's asleep. All right. Gauff for the break in the second. And Andreeva in the net, love 15. When do you use the washroom? For what? Like what? When I go to the bathroom? When I need to? Like every other person in the world? All right, love 15. As we're serving to the backhand of Gauff. Backhand of Andreeva. Into the backhand of Gauff as Andreeva down the line to the forehand of Gauff. To the slice of Andreeva. Gauff comes in for a backhand, but it's out by Andreeva. Love 30. Love 30. Love 30. As we return out of the backhand of Andreeva. Forehand from Gauff. Into the forehand of Andreeva is Gauff. Again to the forehand of Andreeva. Andreeva hits it out. Love 40. Wow. What a turnaround. Remember, Andreeva did have 2 set points in the first set at 5-4 serving. So, I mean, it has been a massive turnaround. All right, love 40. Gauff for the double break. As Andreeva serves a fault, second serve. Second serve into the backhand of Gauff. Andreeva down the line to the forehand of Gauff. Gauff in the net, 15-40. You're watching Draper Paul. I can see it 4-2 Draper. I'm not watching it though. 15-40. Gauff too good now, confident. Mirra will learn. Okay. I wouldn't be counting anyone out right now. I've watched enough WTA to know that they're never over. Has been ace out wide, 30-40. Still only one break. 30-40. Still break point for a double break Gauff. Andreeva serves the backhand of Gauff. Return goes to front of Andreeva. Gauff the forehand. Into the backhand of Andreeva. Gauff backhand again. Into the backhand of Andreeva. As Gauff hits a forehand. Again, the backhand of Andreeva into the forehand of Gauff. Andreeva backhand again. Into the slice of Gauff, who goes down the line. Slice Andreeva. Into the Gauff backhand. Andreeva now with a forehand slice again. Gauff on the attack. Stays back and Andreeva slices down the line. Gauff backhand cross. Andreeva gets it. Into the forehand of Gauff again. The forehand of Andreeva hits it in the net. There's the double break. Gauff for love. Wow. 7 games in a row by Coco Gauff. After saving match break set points, 2 of them, 2 set points, she has now won 7 games in a row. I think Swiatek's maybe silently liking this. Because I think she'd rather play Gauff. And I want to see her play Gauff. We haven't seen Gauff Swiatek on a clay court. And Gauff's won on the hard courts. But we haven't seen them play on clay lately. You know? All right. Gauff serves. $15 love. $15 love. And Gauff serves again. As we return now from Andreeva to the back end of Gauff. Down the line to the front of Andreeva. And Andreeva hits it in the net. 30 love. $30 love. What happened to the Draper-Berrettini match? Berrettini had to retire. Because he got injured. As Gauff hits great serve. And it's 40 love. Gauff for a 5 love lead. Love it. It was a great drop shot off after the serve. Andreeva couldn't get there. She's quick, but she's not that quick. Then Gauff with a great serve, and the return goes out. 5 love Gauff. She's won 8 games in a row. Crazy. Crazy stuff. Cam thinks Swiatek would prefer to play who has beaten her in the last previous meetings. Eye roll. Okay, Jafta. I already asked the question to the chat and it was 80% agreed. So, I mean, I don't know what you're talking about. You think that Swiatek would rather play Andreeva, who has also beaten her the last 2 matches? Like, what do you mean, bro? Do you really, like, you're rolling your eyes at me for suggesting that Swiatek would rather play a player that she has a positive head-to-head against? Especially never lost on clay to this lady? I mean, come on now. Like, are you serious? You're rolling your eyes at me? You're calling me out? Really? Because I think Swiatek would rather play Gauff. You think that's an outrageous statement, do you? Hey, where are you? Hello? Who thought this scoreline was Gauff down set points? Oh, no. I mean, it's not surprising, but it's also shocking. Swiatek would rather play Gauff. Yeah, that's what I've said. That's what I've been saying. I think Coco beats Iga in the semis. Ooh, that'd be huge. If Gauff plays like this, maybe not. Okay. Swiatek would win the match. Okay. Draper's up 5-2. Cool. All right. Andreeva's just trying to get a game, which is weird because in the first set, she was serving for the set and she was about to win the set. As it is served now, the backhand of Gauff. Slice from Andreeva to the backhand of Gauff. As Andreeva forehand goes out. Love 15. Love 15. Love 15. Serve again. Into the backhand of Gauff. Backhand out from Andreeva to the forehand of Gauff. Into the forehand of Andreeva as Gauff backhand again to the forehand of Andreeva. Andreeva hits it out. Love 30. Andreeva's just lost all her confidence and momentum. Love 30. Love 30. Serving to the backhand of Gauff. Backhand of Andreeva to the slice of Gauff. Gauff in the net. 15-30. 15-30. Serve to the forehand of Gauff. Return goes in. And Andreeva hits a smash away. 30-all. 30-all. Come on, Cam. You already had the girls on. Where's Draper Paul? Who cares? Draper Paul's boring. 30-all. As we return now from Gauff goes wide and it's 40-30. Andreeva to get on the board in the second set. 40-30. As Andreeva serves again. A fault second serve. Second serve. Into the forehand of Gauff. Forehand from Andreeva to the forehand of Gauff. As Andreeva gets there with a lob. Goes in. Bounce smash from Gauff. Goes out. And Andreeva's on the board. 5-1. 5-1. Andreeva avoids bagel. All right, 5-1. Gauff serving for the match. By the way, Draper's about to win the first set 6-2, so we're not missing anything. He's winning that match very easily. So don't worry, you're not missing anything. He won the first set 6-2, right? Nobody's missing nothing. All right, 15 love. Don't worry about it. We're not missing anything. Draper's winning. We'll watch Draper probably tomorrow. Maybe. Probably not. As it is served now, the forehand of Andreeva. Forehand from Gauff into the backhand of Andreeva. Lob goes up. And then a bounce smash from Gauff. Andreeva gets it back. But it goes long. 30 love. 30 love. Two points away from keeping her perfect record. She hasn't even lost a set against Andreeva. That's a lie. She lost the first set in their first match. But she hasn't lost a set in the last 6 sets in a row. If she wins this set. All right. Fault. Second serve. Second serve. It's a double fault. Sorry, was it? My bad.
Unbelievable.
It was out by Andreeva. I thought it was a double fault. There was no the crowd didn't make any noise. It was a dead reaction. Nobody's making any noise. It's match point and everyone's quiet. 40 love. Gauff with the match points. She says a fault. Second serve. Second serve. Into the forehand of Andreeva. Return goes to the backhand of Gauff. Andreeva, forehand to the forehand of Gauff. Into the backhand of Andreeva is Gauff backhand slice. Goes long. 40-15. Draper's the highest seed left in the ATP side. Is that true? That's kind of interesting. All right, match point number 2, 40-15. Gauff serves. A fault, second serve. Second serve. To the forehand of Andreeva. Return the net. There it is. Gauff wins. Wow. What a turnaround from Coco. After almost losing the first set. Fighting back and winning like kind of easily. GG's. Now it's going to be Gauff Swiatek. Ooh, okay. All right. 2 versus 4. That's a good matchup. Andreeva, though, I don't know what happened after that first set. She just lost all the momentum. That was strange. But Coco, good fight back. Good fight back. The only player in recent times not to lose to Andreeva. So that's a win. Mirra might win versus Coco one day. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure eventually she'll get the win. But, man, Coco played solid in that second set for sure. You're a Coco fan, aren't you? Why do people just, stop labeling me? I'm a tennis fan. Why can't you say Gauff played good? You are a hypocrite. And you're a crybaby. Boo-hoo. Coco didn't give Mirra anything, so she shut her down. Yeah, in that second set for sure. Coco's serve was way better in that match as well. Who's playing next? Sabalenka's playing in 3 hours. Amazing how 1 point could change everything. Oh yeah, if Andreeva wins the first set, it probably is a totally different match. Maybe Gauff fights back in the second, but Andreeva would have. She lost so much confidence when she got broken in that first set. Just completely, she didn't lose her cool though. She didn't get angry or anything, but she just completely lost her momentum. It just disappeared. Weird, strange. Svitolina's going to beat up everybody? Okay. Is Sabalenka good on clay? Yes. Andreeva doesn't have the fan support yet that Coco or Iga do. They'll come. Yeah, Andreeva's got plenty of fans. Very strange. Usually Mirra fighting hard. Yeah, it was strange. I don't know if there's a reason for that or what, but yeah. It was strange that she kind of didn't really put up a fight in the second. I don't know what happened. Just disheartened, I guess. She came back against Sabalenka after losing the first set. Yeah. Who's winning on the men's side? I don't know. No idea. Pick a name. Gauff didn't allow her to play well. True. Gauff wasn't giving away any free points, which is awesome. Didn't you see many people cheering for Mirra at the stadium? The stadium was empty. It was on centre court too. Nobody was there. Unfortunately. Should have been on centre court. It deserved a bigger crowd that match, but unfortunately, the schedule's scheduled. I want Sabalenka Swiatek final. Okay. I'm excited though. I like the fact that we're getting Gauff Swiatek because obviously Gauff's won the last couple of matches, but Swiatek on clay against Gauff could be, this is a good opportunity for Gauff to really get some confidence. It's one thing beating up Andreeva again. She's beat her a couple of times. But beating Swiatek on clay is the next step for Gauff in that matchup, right? She's beaten her twice now on hard courts, back to back. Gauff beating Swiatek on clay would just elevate Gauff to another level of confidence for sure, especially in that matchup. So I'm excited to see how that plays. No worries. We'll see you later. Yep, Draper on the first set. Gauff got nothing to lose. This is her best chance to get a win over Swiatek on clay. Oh, yeah, for sure. When was the last time they played on clay? I think they played last year. Gauff Swiatek, what a snooze fest. Cool. Well, don't show up tomorrow, please, because I'll remember that you said that, and I don't want you to be in the chat. I don't want that. We don't need your attitude. So please don't show up tomorrow. Don't come tomorrow, please. Please stay home. Please stay away. Coco has really upped her game in the last year. Yeah. I mean, this week for sure. Right? She's playing. She had a great start to the year, but then kind of hasn't been great lately. But this week she has definitely improved. If Gauff wins Madrid, she'll be my favorite for the French. Okay. Not the best match. Yeah, the match was not as good as we would have hoped. The first match was much more exciting. The first set was long and the second set was one-sided, so it wasn't the epic match that we'd hoped for, but great win for Gauff. And tomorrow's semi-final against Swiatek should be a banger. Maybe Kostyuk Sabalenka will be a banger. Yeah, we're going to watch that later. I think Victor Anaudi hit the ball more like Sinner. Okay. Who said he has a good chance to win first Masters? Yeah, he does. All right, chat. I might go and catch some Pokemon. Like a Pokemon master that I am trying to be. Because we've got 3 hours until the next match. And that's a long time. Or maybe I'll go and watch TV. Right? Watch 90s MTV cartoons. Swiatek beat Sabalenka last year in this tournament and in Rome. Yeah, for sure. Are we still watching Demon? I don't know. It's on so late. We're going to watch Sabalenka and then we'll see what happens. We'll watch Sabalenka versus Kostyuk and then we'll see what happens. The schedule just... Yeah. Look, I plan to watch a lot of things this week, but the schedule with that one day off really just threw everything out of whack. Because usually we watch the quarterfinals onwards, and but we haven't been able to do that because it's just been a messy schedule. That one day off really threw everything into chaos. So, yeah. Gauff's at number 3 in the world now. Ooh, okay. 2 versus 3 in the live rankings. It's 1 a.m. Take a nap. Now, if I take a nap, I won't sleep at all during the day, which will not help it won't help me for tomorrow. By the way, tomorrow my team is playing, but Ruud versus Medvedev's playing, so I can't watch my team play. Unfortunately, I was hoping I could watch Essendon play, but maybe in the second half of the year after Wimbledon, chat. I'm going to say that I'm going to warn you now because I don't want anyone coming at me after Wimbledon being like, Cam, you don't watch as much tennis now. After Wimbledon, I think after Wimbledon, especially with the European time zones being really, really how many of you are going to stay up and watch Canada all night unless you're a psycho? After Wimbledon, I'm going to take the foot off a little bit and just take a little bit less, watch less matches. Possibly. It just depends on how those tournaments go. But I think after Wimbledon, in the second half of the season, I'm just going to... Obviously not for the US Open, we're going to go crazy, but I think just going to have after Wimbledon, just sort of ease up a little bit and go to more footy games. So yeah, before anyone comes at me and goes, why aren't we watching everything in Canada? It's like, well... Because over the last few years, nobody's watched Canada, really. Most of you guys don't show up to Canada, which is fair. Fair enough. It's not the biggest tour. Most of the players don't play Canada, right? So we'll just see. But after Wimbledon, it's probably going to be a little less. It's probably going to be less to do. And we're not going to watch every match every week. Novak is just stubborn. Wouldn't just retire. He still has a clean slate. I have no idea what you're saying. After Wimbledon, take a break, go to the Philippines. Yeah, I want to go to the Philippines. Isn't Canada one of the Masters? Yeah, nobody plays it. What scenario would you get Coco number 1? Number 2, she has to win the tournament. She has to win the tournament. Sinner is back in Italy or not? He won't. I don't know. He's probably in Italy, yeah. But he's not allowed to play the tournament. He's not allowed to play at the Italian Masters until Monday, when the ban is over. Monday. No, Monday. Sounds like what Cam is trying to tell us is he has a girlfriend now and needs to spend time with her. No, I'm just bracing everybody because I know after Wimbledon, most people think the tennis season should finish after Wimbledon. Most people think Wimbledon's the last tournament of the year and don't watch tennis after Wimbledon. Like, it's a fact. Like, people might show up to the US Open, but after Wimbledon, most people don't even come back until Australian Open. Like, it's like the end of the tennis season ends at Wimbledon for some. You know, people don't realize that tennis keeps going, but yeah. But we'll see. We've still got plenty more. We've got so much time between. We've got 2 months. 2.5 months between now and the end of Wimbledon. So for the next 10 weeks, it'll be normal. But after Wimbledon, I'm just going to... It's been a busy year. Draver has a positive record against Paul. He does. And he's up a set, and it's 1-1 in the second. More footy, yeah. Yeah, I want to start going. Like, I feel like I've missed, and it's not like I couldn't do those things, but obviously streaming is a massive priority. But I feel like the first half of this year, I haven't done much. I haven't gone outside much. So the second half of the year, when I know that most people don't, like, there's a lot of people that disappear after Wimbledon and don't come back until the end of the or the start of the new season. I'm going to try and go outside more, and I want to watch footy. I haven't been to a footy game in the city for a long time. I want to do that. Do you play tennis a lot? I don't play tennis at all. I don't have time to play tennis. Coco looks more consistent now. Yeah. You should make vlogs of going to the footy. So what, you want me to work while I have my time off? What are you talking about? You're giving me work to do, Trishan. You should... you know how that sounds? Like, I love that you're interested in my everyday life, but it's also... Oh, by the way, when you take your time off, can you film it? Make videos and do things? Like, no, the point of going to the footy is to have a break from doing shit. Not to give myself more work. That's not what the point is. I appreciate that you're interested, but it's like, that's the opposite of what, like, I'm going to go on holiday. Can you film it? No, that's not what I'm going on holiday for. I'm not going over to work. Most tennis talk people don't know what footy is. They want to know. Well, Google it. You don't need me to give you a tutorial. I'm not. You can literally Google Australian rules football and look. Like, you don't need me to make a documentary about it. Like, shit. In my break, that's the opposite of a break. I don't understand. So maybe you could show us. Just Google it. Learn, like, figure it out yourself. You got this. You can literally watch videos about it and you can figure it out like in 5 minutes. You don't need me to tell you how to do it, how to watch it. There's plenty of videos out there. Don't I do enough? Don't I make enough content on this channel? You want me to make explainer videos for other sports? Shit. I don't have that in me. These comments are funny. Why would want to have a life? Yeah. Yeah, anyway, I was saying after Wimbledon, we're going to slow down a bit. Everything's going to slow down. So don't be shocked if everything starts slowing down. And now you're like, but when you slow down, can you do some, like, I'm not going to do anything. Like, you're giving me work to do in the slowdown. What are you talking about? We're going to slow things down so that I can go outside and have half a life. And then when I come back to stream, I'll have more things to talk about. Instead of just chilling on the couch between matches, you know? I can only watch so much TV. Swiatek perhaps going through strings of losses like Novak. It's a difficult period for her. Well, she just won today, so she's doing fine. Made the semis. I was at Jollibee yesterday. Yeah, so I want to go to Pottery Philippines and get Jollibee. I'm not going to stream football. No one will be taking number one unless Sabalenka gets hurt. Okay. Fair enough. Uchima just started. Cool. All right. Last year was too intense with the Olympics as well. Yeah. Last year was brutal. I'm not going to lie. Last year was brutal. And the start of this year has been brutal. Like, it's been crazy. Like tennis has been non-stop, it feels. Even when we had the break, like I went away in December, but that wasn't really, there was still a lot of things going on that I had to deal with that wasn't stream or tennis related. But like, yeah, last year was so intense between like doing the normal tennis. Like I went to New Zealand and when I come back, I streamed like every week for like 6 months, it felt like. And then after Wimbledon, it was Olympics. And then after Wimbledon, it was Rafa week, remember? And then Olympics, and then the US Open, and then it was the Asian Swing, and then we did the Rafa goodbye, and it was just so intense last year. Last year was such a big year. And then the start of this year, you know, Australian Open, then we went straight into Sinner was banned, right? And then we went straight into the, you know, all the tournaments that happened in the Middle East, and then we had the Sunshine Double, and then now we're here and doing this. So it's just been, it just feels so, you know, it feels very, it's been very busy. And it's already May now. It's the 1st of May, and I feel like it's just been non-stop. So that's what I'm saying. Like after Wimbledon, I think we all need to take a breath because it's just been relentless, you know? Cam, do you think you'll ever reach out to tennis players for interviews? No, probably not. I mean, I don't think any players would respond. So, I think it's been like 237 streams already this year. Yeah. It's hectic. I'm not a professional tennis player, but it looks like she tosses the ball up behind her head when serving. Who's that? I tried to keep up with Cam watching tennis but I failed after 1 week. Yeah. The grind doesn't stop. Yeah, tennis is brutal. I mean, Liam, you know that. Tennis is non-stop. It's tough being a fan of tennis. Like it's a hard life being a fan of tennis. Between the time zones and the amount of events, these 2-week tournaments definitely don't help. You know, I think these two-week tournaments probably make it harder, you know? I know it's supposed to be easier to understand, but I think that these 2-week tournaments really take it out of you, you know? Yeah, Draper is up a set against Paul already. And now he's up a set and a break. Have you ever get bored of tennis? No. I don't get bored. I mean, there's obviously matches that are boring, you know, matches that are not fun. That definitely happens. That's normal. You know, matches that are not as exciting as we expected, like this one. This one wasn't as good as I thought it would be. But, yeah. Yeah. But I don't get bored. Once you have the tennis bug, it never goes away. Exactly. Exactly. Yeah. Mensik has the opportunity to win Madrid and Miami. Yeah, he does. He sure does. All right, chat. I'm going to send you over to the Sabalenka match. We're going to watch that in a couple of hours. It's 1 in the morning. I've got to figure out what I'm going to do for the next 3 hours. I'm probably going to do... I have to make videos, unfortunately, for all of you. You have to watch them. Whoops. What am I doing? Wrong chat. Hang on. See, I'm clearly ready. So jump on over here, talk amongst yourselves. We'll be back in a few hours to watch Sabalenka Kostyuk. Uchiyama and Svitolina are playing right now. So we'll find out by the time we watch that match, they would have finished probably. So we'll be back later to watch the world number 1. But good win by Gauff. I mean, that was unexpected. Come back from a set down, 7-5, 6-1. Takes out Andreeva in straights and hasn't lost to Andreeva. She keeps a clean sheet, and she takes on Swiatek tomorrow. Make sure you're there for that one. That would be a banger. But we'll see you guys soon.